Good evening. For millions worldwide, the U.S. immigration process is a complex, slow-moving journey, and the monthly visa bulletin is at its heart. The November 2025 edition, the second of the new fiscal year, brings little movement in employment-based categories, but some progress for family-sponsored applicants. This bulletin is more than a list of dates. It determines who can move forward with their green card application and who must keep waiting. The September bulletin had already signaled a halt as annual visa limits were reached, and now the freeze continues into November, raising new anxieties. This affects doctors, engineers, and IT specialists, many already living and working in the U.S. on temporary visas, who must now recalibrate their expectations. Meanwhile, new fees, expanded biometric requirements, and changes to work permit renewals add more complexity and cost. Staying informed is essential, as each update can impact major life decisions. Tonight, we'll break down what the Visa Bulletin is, why it matters, and what the November changes mean for different groups. We'll detail the stagnation in employment-based categories, the movement in family-based ones, and hear from experts on what's driving this standstill. For those whose dreams hinge on these dates, understanding the bulletin is a vital step in navigating the U.S. immigration maze. Let's dive into the key developments and what they mean for your path to permanent residency. Whether you're a skilled worker, a family member, or an investor, this information is your lifeline. Here's what you need to know about the November 2020 Samkrindao Coin Soi Wadi 25. On November 5, Anobide Visa. So Ndawi Puri Wiley Baditan guys are deeper than no. The U.S. Visa Bulletin is a monthly publication from the Department of State that manages the queue for immigrant visas. Congress sets annual limits for green cards, but demand far exceeds supply, especially for countries like India and China, creating massive backlogs. The bulletin lists cutoff dates for each visa category and country. If your priority date is earlier than the cutoff, you can move forward. There are two key charts. Media Group, finger-pointing at final action dates chart on official government form, close-up of chart with highlighted rouse a stock a distribute equally. Final action dates, who can get a green card now, dates for filing, who can submit paperwork in advance. Each month, USCIS decides which chart to use for adjustment of status applications. When the dates for filing chart is allowed, applicants can file sooner and access benefits like work permits and travel documents while they wait. Even a small forward movement in the bulletin can bring hope. Retrogression, or backward movement, brings disappointment. The November 2025 bulletin allows use of the dates for filing chart for employment-based categories, offering some relief despite no forward movement. Millions anxiously await each update, as the bulletin is both a gatekeeper and a source of hope. Understanding how to read the bulletin is crucial for anyone navigating the U.S. immigration system. The stakes are high. Every date change can alter lives. Stay tuned as we break down what this month's bulletin means for you. The November 2025 Visa Bulletin brings sobering news for the second month of the new fiscal year. Employment-based green card queues remain frozen. Hopes for movement after the September halt have been dashed, with all EB categories, EB1 through EB5, showing no advancement. This affects a vast pool of skilled professionals, especially from India and China, where backlogs stretch over a decade. For Indian EB2 applicants, only those with priority dates before December 2013 can file. For EB3, it's August 2014. The only silver lining, USCIS, is still accepting adjustment of status applications using the more favorable dates for filing chart, unlocking interim benefits like work permits and travel documents. This opportunity may not last. If application volume spikes, USCIS could revert to the stricter final action dates chart. For those eligible, the message is clear file now, as the window could close at any time. The standstill is a stark reminder of the immense backlogs and uncertainty in the system. While employment-based categories are frozen, the family-sponsored side of the November 2025 Visa Bulletin shows a mix of progress and setbacks. Some categories, like F2B, unmarried adult children of green card holders, advanced by over 2 months for most countries and 5 months for Mexico. The F1 and F3 categories for Mexico and the Philippines also saw meaningful jumps, shortening waits for some families. However, the F2A category, spouses and minor children of permanent residents, retrogressed by a month, reflecting high demand and new backlogs. The F4 category, siblings of U.S. citizens, remains frozen, with decades-long waits for many. All family-based applicants can use the dates for filing chart this month, allowing them to get in line for final processing. These mixed results highlight the unpredictable and often frustrating nature of family-based immigration. For some, there's hope. For others, the wait continues. The system remains a patchwork of progress and stagnation. Beyond the visa bulletin, new policies are reshaping the immigration landscape. As of October 2025, a $1,000 fee for certain parole applications is in effect, and K-1 fiancé visa fees will rise in December, increasing costs for families. The government is expanding biometric data collection, including fingerprints and iris scans, and photographing all foreign travelers at entry and exit. Privacy concerns are growing, but officials say these measures enhance security. Work permit rules have also changed. Automatic extensions for some employment authorization documents have ended, so timely renewal is now critical to avoid work gaps. Updates to H-1B rules, including a possible $100,000 payment requirement, are under discussion, signaling more changes ahead. These shifts make the process more expensive and complex for all immigrants. Why the freeze in employment-based categories? Experts say it's a cautious strategy by the Department of State and USCIS to manage demand after exhausting last year's visa numbers. By holding dates steady, agencies can assess the backlog and avoid a surge that could force retrogression later. Allowing the dates for filing chart helps build an inventory of ready cases, setting the stage for controlled movement in future months. The key advice: if you're eligible, file your adjustment of status now. This window may close soon. Modest forward movement could resume as early as December or January, but progress will be slow, especially for India and China. The core issue remains. Demand far outpaces supply, and only congressional action can fix the system's deep-rooted backlogs. For now, patience and vigilance are essential. The Diversity Visa (DV) program offers 55,000 green cards annually to people from countries with low U.S. immigration rates. The November 2025 Bulletin reminds DV 2026 selectees, complete your process by September 30, 2026 or lose your chance. Selection doesn't guarantee a visa. More are chosen than there are slots. So act fast, submit your DS-260, and gather documents. Monthly cutoff numbers in the Bulletin determine when you can proceed. Details for the next DV lottery will be announced soon, offering new hope for many. For all applicants, the best advice is to stay informed. Check the Visa Bulletin and official sites regularly. If your priority date is current, file your application promptly to secure your place and interim benefits. The November Bulletin reveals a system under pressure, employment-based freezes, mixed family results, and new administrative hurdles. The path to a green card is a marathon, not a sprint. Patience and diligence are your best tools. Stay proactive and informed as you navigate the long road to U.S. residency.